All right, so welcome back. If you are coming from the first video, welcome back and thank you for joining me again. So this time around, we'll just continue on the principle of typography. So, and we are going to walk through. So the first thing I want us to know now is that we are going to be working on a design themed weapon of war. But for us to work on it, we have to understand some principle of typography. Number one is hierarchy. So when working on our design, we have to make the main theme the biggest so that people can be able to see it as first glance, then followed by the details, and then maybe other names like the name of the pastor and other names that we might want to add. So that's the principle. Then allow for breathing space in your design. Don't choke up your design. Don't make one element so big that there's no space for the other elements to breathe. So those are just the principles I want us to know. I will revert back to what we want to talk about now. So the first thing is weapon of war. So we are going to work on our background together. We work on the background together. I'm just doing this design for the first time also. So this is raw, unedited me designing. So please, let's just do it together. Now, the first thing we are going to do now, what I'm going to do is, from my previous tutorial, I think I've explained that I'm going to search for weapon of war. So those, oh no, weapon, okay. Let's say battle background. Yes. So let's just move with this. So for example, I like this background now. I can open it. I like this. I can open it. I like this. I can open it. So I want the first approach I want us to do is to do an approach of like a medieval kind of vibe. Yes. So I want us to do that medieval kind of share you get. So like all those ancient walls and all like that. So we'll be downloading the images. We'll be downloading the images that we see. So download image. I thought I saw an image. I love this. I love this too. So in some ways you have to be decisive too sometimes, because there are a lot of images on Pinterest that can sway you away. So I think I love this. Downloaded it. Yeah, this can be the base. So we can download this. We can also download this. So, and I think we download this too. Yeah. So I'll re-downloaded this. I'm not sure. So we can download this too. But I'm starting to love how this is looking too. So then I'm loving this. So let's just download this. We might later not use this, but let's just download it. It's looking nice. Then let's download this. I love it. So we'll be using that fire kind of feel too. So I think that's it. So yeah. So first thing is let's work on our background together now. So as I said, this is my first time doing it. So it's more like a try and error work. So looking at it, let's just have our base color now. Looking at our designs or our elements, we see that our base color can be brown. So let's move for brown, solid color, brown. And please note, there are ways that other designers will approach this design, and doing it like this does not mean that that's the only way to do it. Please, let's note that. Then I'll bring a base. Most times I bring a base color that does not have too much element in it, just so so I can most times I work with the blend mode. I just change the blend mode to see if I see anything that works. And let's go for color dodge. So then I can blur it a bit. Blur, yeah, motion blur. not so much here. So then I go again. Let's take this as the next thing. So we just, as I said, just trying to give it a nice feel. So it's not something that will okay, I think I'm liking this. Yeah, I'm liking this vibe. So then next thing is, let's bring in this guy. Yeah, so we can have him here. So it's just we are trying to rush through the design, not trying to create a so perfect design. So I'm still going to play around the blend mode too. I think I'm liking this though. Let's choose pin lights, duplicate again using Ctrl J. So we can also still duplicate the existing one. Then we can look for another nice feel that has a nicer feel. So then I can just brush the lower parts, so to still maintain. Oh yeah. So now checking through the background again, I'm like, what can I use again? Let's try this if it will work. So it's meant to be at the lower part here. So let's look for a nice blend mode. Yeah, so great. So using our layer mask is here. It is the rectangle with a circle. So just then taking our brush, you can just brush through this lower part here. Good. So I have something to work with already. Then what else can we use? I think that should be it. We can still take something from this sword too, but most times it's really not necessary. Can just try something out to see if it will work. Not really. So but then we don't want to complicate things too. So sometimes I also use my curves immediately on the background. Just tone it down, tone it up, tone it. So just reduce the opacity a bit. Then using my brush, I can choose a darker part of this design, then just brush the lower parts so that we can have something to work with here. So now the theme, weapon of war. So taking my type, my font, so weapon, okay, of war. So now looking at this typeface, now it does not really speak weapon of war, right? So we need to adjust it. So checking this, we can adjust as appropriate. So can change the leading to, so let's say 60. That's too much, but let's leave it at that first. So looking at this, it does not really, so I have a font, Old English here. So now this is it. So this looks like a Gothic text that signifies war. I hope you get me. So we can use this, or we can also go to iFont as we have said earlier. So just check. Let's go for their black letters. So it's a category of black letter. So we can look for fonts that look nice. And I think I'm feeling this this font already. I saw one just now. I think let's just go for this because of there's no time. So this new Overt. Okay. So then you can test it out before you download to Weapon. So you see. So then let's just install it. I will save you the time. Okay, welcome back. So new Overt. So that's the name of the font. So let's check it out. New Overt. NEUV. So this is it. So I think this works. So you can change the color to white. Now, why did I choose this particular font, you may ask? The reason why I choose this particular font is because it's giving me that war vibe that I need. Yes, it's giving me that war vibe that I need, and which is very important in the type of stuff you are trying to do. Now, here comes the next challenge: contrast. It's important that our text sits down well on our background. So what I can do is to go to my gradients, and I can try to see if I can use some good gradients. If I have some, so I think I have a preset already, so that has some good, nice, good gradients. Okay, so I think I will go with this. So if you want to get this type of preset, all you need to do is just go to your Google and search for good gradients Photoshop presets. So you should be able to see it. So for it to stay well, I can actually still try to just brush the background, just clean it up. So now cleaning it up, I can change the blend mode also. So just to still be able to see the background, but so can have something like this. Then I think I will need to adjust my background. Maybe there's something I need to work on there. So I think going for multiply works actually. So then let's just try to change this too. I think this works. So if I remove this, yeah, this is better actually. So just reduce the opacity. So will this work? Let's check. Okay, instead, can we try another gradient? So let's try another gradient instead. Let's save this gradient as new. So trying another gradient, let's use the orange into yellow. So this, okay, so having an inner glow, let's say the size of it, the choke, not seeing anything now. Let's put it to normal. So the choke, the size of it, let's choose something like yellow. Yes. Okay, so what I did was just to add gradients. So from gradients, I go to my inner glow. Then we set the blend mode at normal, opacity at 100, the noise at maybe 33. You can even use 0 though, depending on your choice. So you can use 0. then the choke at 0, then the size at 21, then make the technique softer. So with that, I think you have a better option to work with. So this is a nice one to work with. So we have weapon of war. So we can actually just give it, excuse me. So weapon of war. So depending on what you want to work on. So you can have your date, your time, venue, the picture of the pastor, and you can play around with it. And I can also still make the design look more maybe nice by adding some lights with my brush. So it all depends on you. So you get. So then you can also still go back to your Pinterest, look for maybe fire. So with that, if we get some fire, then we can just copy them, add them to the design, put them up, change it to screen. So then we can also still duplicate it here. We can add the two together. Then maybe just brush some parts off and bring it down. So with that, let's delete it. So let's delete this. So we can still have more of this. So as I said, it's trial and error. If you see that it's not working well, you can still change it again. Look for a better option. So, but it would have taken more time doing this, but because we have very limited time, so you have to keep trying till it's, as perfect as possible. So the contrast I was talking about, you can use your brush to perfect that. Then changing the blend mode, just change the blend mode throughout. If you see one that works for you, that's fine. Do you get? So you can still go for it. You can even still go for this. So yeah, weapon of war. So this is how typography can detect or determine your design. So typography can really determine your design. So, and if we are to look for something to use, okay, let's just use the details here for the design. So I'm going to just look for a picture from Freepik. So I'm going to go to Freepik now and just get a picture so that we can use as a portrait. So we can just search for that. So maybe a portrait design, a portrait picture. I think this, let's just work with this. So that has been downloaded. So let me just open the file. So this particular thing I'm doing is just to save time. Because I already have an existing one that I've done. So we'll just take the date, take the time, take the venue, then you can drag it in here and just maybe change the position. We can put it here. Again, we'll work on that later on. Then we can look for the picture that we just downloaded, with a picture of our pastor. Then we can put it here and just cut the picture. So to understand the name of, to understand how to make your picture look pop more better, I've done that tutorial camera raw, how to use camera raw, so that the pastor will not cover the picture. So I can put it there, maybe for contrast sake, I can change it to black and white. Go into my adjustments, I will see black and white, then I just click mask so that the picture will not distract. Then I can even change the position of my dates here, and my venue can be here. So can just play around with the positioning. So maybe date can be here, venue can be up here. So with the name of the pastor. So depends on what you are trying to still achieve. And what else am I trying to do now? I think I'm trying to build up something here. So I just erase the background a bit here. Yeah, so something like this can work. So for this particular one, you need to take your brush under it, then select a color around it, then just brush over. You can reduce the brush, just brush over it. So with that one will stay better there. So we have this. Then to add some overlays, there are a lot of things that go into all this design. So you can just search Spark. So I think with Spark we should be able to get something interesting. Let's see this. Oh, it won't work. Must go for one with a plain background. Let's just flow with this actually. So let's just sometimes to copy the image. So then I go here, paste, change it to screen. Anything with black background, just change it to screen. It will work well. So you have it there. You can still reduce the intensity a bit, so there are so many layers that we can add to this thing that will still make the design, work well. So we have it here. Then we are going to do one other option in the next tutorial, still on weapon of war, but a different option totally. So still watch out for the next tutorial on how to still use typography to pass across a totally different message to the audience, still using the same theme. So this theme pass across the message of war, medieval kind of vibe, and the next tutorial will still explain another one entirely. So the last thing I'm just going to do without explaining anything is just to rearrange this thing, and I will give you you will see the final output. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay blessed.